Hi, I'm Jamie Lee. I'm the executive editor at MM+M. I'm here today with Robin Roberts, general manager of Concentric Health Experience. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
What do you think defines great client service?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I had a former client a few years ago, after we had won a new piece of business, say to me, you know, I believe an agency starts losing a piece of business the day they get it, which was really eye-opening for me. And when I thought about it, I said, you know, that's probably true. The blush of the pitch wears off, and then we're kind of down in the trenches suddenly just executing work. So what that did for me is have me evolve the way I think about service to a real constant vigilance on the client's business, constantly focused on their business and a real vigilance to servicing their business. And beyond that, I think authenticity plays a really, really big role in that. I think it's important for us to be transparent about what we can and can't do, be transparent about things that concern us about the relationship, and really have those open and honest conversations. And if you can do all that, you know, really the execution of flawless work becomes pretty straightforward, and you can work as partners doing it versus feeling like a vendor.
What are clients' expectations of service from their agencies these days?
Yeah, so that's interesting. I think increasingly procurement is becoming as much of a client as marketing. When procurement first entered, it really was more about just negotiating the rates. Now we find that we go to kickoff meetings and we go to pitches, and procurement is really taking an active role in evaluating the strategic chops of the agency and what the agency is able to bring to the table. Some of them are actually former agency employees. So I see clients really expanding the expectation into being able to help them provide value to their customers at every single touch point. We really have to have a truly holistic view about how to create brand value with all of their customers.
What has Concentric done to better meet the needs of its clients then, from this service perspective?
Yeah, so I think we do that with the talent that we bring into the agency. We don't really exist in these kind of siloed functions of account, digital, creative. There are these true purpose-built teams where we look at what the client's marketing challenges are and build those teams out customized to each client to allow them to really holistically service the business, you know, versus having a VP level account person down at the client having to say, oh, let me go back and talk to project management, or let me go back and talk to digital. It's really infused through the team in a very, very holistic way.
So is there enough talent then to supply this evolving definition of service?
You know, this is something that agency leaders, everybody that I know that's in leadership at an agency, has struggled with for several years. I believe that the downturn in 2008 just kind of drove some people out of industry, and we were left without that critical mid-level VP on both the creative and the account side that really own the relationship with the client when you get into a marketing situation. So it's tough to find great talent. We've expanded our definition of talent. You can go outside the industry to find really, really talented people that expand your thinking and make the agency much more expansive in its approach to problem solving, obviously particularly in the digital departments, but when you also talk about planners and the types of planners, strategic planners that you want to bring to clients who can kind of push them to get out of their traditional way of thinking. So yes, it's tough. I think we're all battling with each other for the same pool of talent, but if you expand the definition of talent and make it a more entrepreneurial approach, you can definitely find people that can really support and take the organization to the next level.
Concentric talks a lot about building the agency of the future. What role will service play?
You know, I think it's first important to think about what we believe the agency of the future is. And we truly believe that that goes beyond advertising and into value creation. In the next few years, we're really going to want to be communicating brand value. And I don't mean managed care value, I mean the true value in relationship with the brand. So the service function within the agency is going to need to become more holistic and really more educated about all these different touch points that these customers experience to make sure that we're communicating value across all of them, and frankly, so that they can lead the client through this change in the way communication is going to occur.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. It was great.